What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All Things Super. I am one of your hosts, Spider, and I'm joined once again by Mr. VIP Frankie Washington. How are you doing today, sir?
I am infinitely awesome, sir. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
I'm confused. What's with the towel?
Huh? What's that? What's that you say?
You can't act like you don't hear me because the headphones are on under the towel, so I know they're right on your ears.
You are absolutely accurate with that. What you're saying? What you're saying? What's going on though?
I'm just wondering what's with the towel. What's the deal?
This whole thing?
Yes.
Nah, it just it gets towely every now and then. You gotta put your towel.
It gets towely.
You said it. You right? I agree with what you said. I said it first, but you said it too.
You did.
So this is you know what? I tried it, and
it just made you look like you were being very envious of people with long hair, and you were trying to give.
There
it a
you
shot.
go. That's not what I was doing, but I'll take that because that makes sense. What I did not, unless it does. It doesn't. It does not.
Well, what does make sense is that you all are joining us once again for another episode of All Things Super, where every week we take a piece of superpower TV shows, movies, even trailers. We watch them, we react to them, we break them down. We ask the question, is it super?
Is it?
Is it
super? Or is this a watered down version of what the hell it could have been?
Well, we will find out. But if you like that, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And if you want to follow us on social media, just click the link in the description below.
Follow us on social media, not in real life. That's creepy.
It is very creepy.
Don't
Please
do that.
Don't follow me.
Not outside of social media.
Yes.
There you go. Your public service announcement has been met.
Don't be a creep.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's no way that you can be like, well, maybe something. No, don't be a creep.
Well,
there's no caveats.
There's no creeping unless you're creeping.
Just don't be a creep.
They be creeping.
Oh, all right. So you clicked on the thumbnail.
What's up, Spider? They want to see you fall. They want to see how you fall and how you get up and then fall again. Listen, and then get up.
I am not the type of person that falls gracefully. I will say that right now. If
I'm trying to pull everything down around me. I'm one of those. Oh my God! I'm trying to make all the sound I can so you can see me fall.
Are you the type of person that falls for an eternity? That has to fall in like 7 stages?
I don't fall slow like that, but I will make sure that everybody's watching. Like, oh no! Not a good time. Not a good time to fall. All right, I'm not going. If I see the attention Spider, oh yeah, I'm committed. I'm falling.
Okay, you need an audience. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those. I can't fall without an audience. If a tree falls in the woods and it don't even fall.
Oh, it don't fall at all.
It don't fall at all. You go there, the trees are all standing up. You don't go there and say, "Hey, when this tree fell?" You don't do that. It's nobody that'll watch it. You need somebody to scream about Timberlake.
We are here to review
Timberland.
or Timberland.
But
Timberland.
If you want to be technical about it.
I mean, you have to be technical. Timberland is a shoe.
That's how you don't get sued.
Exactly.
Nice.
Which came out first, though? Was it the boot or the producer?
I think the parents of the people that made the company came first.
I will agree with that.
Yeah.
I can't dispute that.
At least Mr. Timberland did.
Well, we're not here to talk about boots. We're here to review Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt's newest film, The Fall Guy.
Hey, man. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we are. We are
here.
We reviewed this trailer when it dropped, And didn't
Did
we?
we?
I thought we did. Maybe
Maybe? I don't remember. We do a lot, folks.
we
We
do
talk about a lot of things.
We do talk
And
about a lot of things.
I know my memory
and we
isn't
do
the
a
greatest.
lot. And we do a lot off camera.
We do a lot off camera. We talk about a lot of things off camera. That conversation that you all will never get to hear.
It puts me in a bad light. I could just tell you that right now because I say
for the
exactly
safety,
what my mind
security, and
thinks.
sanity of all parties involved, those conversations will never see the light of day.
I hope that they release when eternity is no longer a thing.
That's when the ATS deep cuts will be released.
He is infinitely awesome. No, I'm stop.
But yeah, I don't remember if we probably talked about the trailer. I can't remember. Let us know in the comments if we did a trailer reaction for this. Just go look at the rest of the videos that we put out and just be like, no, idiots, you didn't.
That works.
That's all we need to know.
That's okay. I respect the people that said that we didn't, and the ones that found something that said we did and we didn't clearly was AI generated.
It's not us. The deep fakes. Don't trust it.
I don't know why anybody want to take this face and put it on anybody else.
Listen,
it works so perfectly here.
If you are the perfect candidate to be framed for a crime, they put you someplace where you weren't actually there.
Well, see, here's a problem. If I was being framed for a crime, it wouldn't be awesome.
No, it would not be awesome.
It wouldn't be awesome because infinitely the crime that I would do would be awesome. So would it even be a crime?
But what if you were framed committing an awesome crime?
Then I wouldn't be caught. It's not awesome if I got caught.
That's a great point.
And I am what I am.
Which is not a criminal.
That part, but infinitely not a criminal. Y'all barking up the wrong tree. Y'all coming over here. I'll pay my taxes.
Let's talk about that. So
I'm not gonna be the fall guy for taxes. So y'all got too many other people.
We of course, no spoiler warnings. We already know what it is. We're talking about the movie as a whole. We're just gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, we do.
Of course, Colt didn't notice the security cameras until it was too late, until after he came out of the room. But here's my thing. Did they not check the video footage? Because when he went back to the hotel and brought the police back to the room, the body was gone.
This is true. Yes.
So where was that security footage?
Paid to get erased.
Paid to disappear, I guess.
I mean, it's no secret the producer, what's her name? Gail.
Yeah.
It's no secret that Gail knows what's going on. She's covering for
Tom.
For Tom.
Tom Ryder.
There's only one Tom Ryder. Remember that.
Yeah.
So they deep fake Colt's face on, which again, you would think that they would look into that if they're looking into deep fake technology. And, that's the thing. They're going to take your face and put it on somebody else's body in a video. There's evidence that can show, no matter how deep faked it is, they know it's deep faked. Now, to the general public who's, again, like you said, may not have the best quality of video.
Yeah, because it was a cell phone video. Excuse me, a cell phone video.
Yeah, but in the court of law, they have analysts that can say this has been
digitally altered.
Yeah, and that's all they have to say to debunk that. But of course, you got to go to trial and you got to go to jail and all that. You're not really trying to do all that. I got stuff to do. I mean, I want spicy margaritas and bad decisions to make with Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Spidey, I see you rubbing your face. I think you got some words for this movie. You want to tell the people early about if it's super or not, or you want to make them? You want to break the movie down? How do you want to get you? I mean, we're into it, but how do you want to attack it?
Let's talk.
We're in the shit now.
Let's talk about what it was that we saw in this movie. Now, for people who don't know, The Fall Guy was a TV show in the 80s.
Quick synopsis.
starring Lee Majors. But in the TV show, Colt was a stuntman who
Colt 45.
moonlighted as a bounty hunter. Because clearly
Okay.
back in the 80s, stunt work didn't really pay a lot. So he had to
No,
pick up
you
a
just,
side hustle.
you know, got all
But
the spare time. Do
here we
karaoke and
are in
bounty hunt.
2024, where this Colt in 2024 is a fall guy. He's a stuntman who got injured and kind of, was out of the game for a bit. And he
A
got
year.
pulled back in. And the producer has him investigate, not investigate, but try to go find the missing actor. Their leading man
Tom
is
Ryder.
missing, and the producer wants Colt to go find him. In the midst of him searching for Tom Ryder, he gets into all kind of shenanigans. There, he finds a dead body. Then all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch of people after him trying to kill him. So,
Yeah. And he's in love.
and he's in love with the director, Jodie.
Well, she wasn't a director.
She wasn't a
then.
director. She was a camera operator, and they were a couple. I want to assume that they were dating. I don't think they really explicitly
Yeah.
stated that they were dating.
Well,
they were together.
they were together, but not long enough to say it was more than just a fling.
Yes.
Because she hinted that it was a fling like a lot.
Yeah. And so yeah, so they in the midst of them trying to attempt to rekindle what it was that they'd had before Colt got injured, all of this, nonsense happens, and ultimately at the end of the day, they get back together.
Well, that's the story.
That is the story.
That's it.
But so
pretty plain, basic premise.
we
Surrounded by stunt guy stuff.
was surrounded by stunt guy stuff. So I will say this. I will start off with this. I appreciate what this movie, the message that they was trying to get across, because one of the things that one of the careers in filmmaking that go grossly under noticed. Ooh, I don't know what the word. They don't get the notoriety.
They do all the hard
recognition.
stuff.
Under recognized.
They can't show their face.
Right. They're always in place of the star. They're in place of the main actor, so you don't get to see their face.
Yeah, Tom Cruise said, "You guys are going to stay unemployed if it's up to me. I do my own stunts."
He does. There's still stuff that they won't let him do, so he still has stunt doubles. But not even about just the stunt doubles, the whole entire stunt team, because even if he's doing his own stunts, he still has fight choreographers. He has the ammo techs and the weapons specialists and the consultants, and
him and Jackie Chan said, "Screw all y'all, go stay unemployed. I'm gonna do my own stuff."
No,
hit the child line.
I will say Jackie Chan has always been one to recognize his stunt team. Not a lot of actors do that,
right.
Especially not a lot of action stars. You never seen Arnold Schwarzenegger recognizing his stunt team or anything in the movies.
First of all, you don't need a stunt team to say, "Get to the chopper." Arnold nails that by itself. You don't need a team. It's iconic. Get to the chopper.
He said it the best that he could. But no, this movie was an extreme love letter to stunt actors, stunt performers, stunt team.
Yes.
That final scene where you have the entire stunt team just jumping into action and flawlessly pulling off that entire sequence. And the thing about it is that yes, it was we're seeing it happen in the movie, and as you're watching it, it's like, oh, okay, they're doing all this so Colt can, so they can help out Colt. But you have to think about it like the breaking the fourth wall, the meta commentary of it all is that they're actually doing this. They had to do all of this practically so that they can film it for the movie. So them mobilizing a crash pad, dragging it behind a truck so they can get it underneath the helicopter so the stunt guy can fall out into it. That's something that they had to do. And just the through line of how stunt performers aren't appreciated. There's no Academy Award for a stunt team or stunt choreography, or
which there should be.
There really should be, because
Some of the best action sequences we see have stunt guys in it.
There was a song in the credits, and the lyrics in the song, the guy who was performing, he said, you think about all of the Academy Award winning movies of Titanic, you know, all of these blockbuster hits, they're great movies because of
The stunt
these
work.
stunts, the high set action pieces. You know, you
Right.
have Avatar, which is one of if not the highest grossing movie ever right now.
Depending on
And-
when you look at it in time.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
who's the only person that's mentioned when they talk about Avatar?
James Cameron.
James Cameron. Not even the actors really, but you have James Cameron mentioned, but you don't think about all of the fight scenes because these movies are really about war. And
Yeah, they are.
you have, even though a lot of it is done in VFX because it's a CG movie, you still have stunt performance in these mocap suits that have to
Yeah.
practice and rehearse and do these fights over and over and over again so these computers can map it properly.
Right. Right.
But nobody recognizes the stunt teams. Nobody recognizes, you know, the crews that are up, you know, at the beginning of the day. They're there because they have to make sure that everything's set up, and after the actor shoots their scenes and they leave and the producers go and they leave and the directors go because they're gone off to edit, stunt team, they have to break everything down. They have to make sure that everything is disarmed properly. They have to make sure that the unblown pyro is disposed properly so nobody gets hurt.
That is
Like
correct.
the responsibility that they have for the safety of everybody on that movie set is just so monumental. And it's like, I don't think that anyone other than David Leitch, who was a stunt performer, nobody else could have directed the movie the way he did in order to be able to get that message across, because you need somebody who lived that career to be able to highlight the many things that they do. And I will say that if nothing else about this movie, I appreciate that message that they got across.
I also want to take the opportunity, since we're talking about the unsung heroes of the movie world, shout out to catering. Y'all know the catering got y'all bellies full. Y'all sometimes don't even want to go back to work because y'all like, ooh, I don't know how I'm gonna do that stunt after eating all this pudding. Because goddamn. Now, back to the stunt guys. Yes, you are absolutely right. This is a love song to stunt, the art of stunt guys and stunt ladies, not just the guys.
Right.
And it's a hard life, man. And you don't get the recognition. Just when you nail something, you got to hide your face.
Right.
And I think honestly what they were saying in the beginning when Colt was doing his shoot is like,
it's too much
it's
face.
too much face.
Right.
I already know you're going to say it's too much face. And it's like, how do you realize how you have to contort yourself to make sure you don't land towards the camera so you can hide your face? Because again, as an audience member, you're like, that's a stunt guy. That's not
right. That's not Tom Cruise.
That's not Will Smith. That's a stunt guy. Right. And it takes you out of the picture. So it's as important as it is to think about the guys that is the unsung heroes, the quiet ones. You don't even know they're there. You know what I'm saying? Unless you build a relationship with the star like the guy did with Keanu Reeves, and then, you go on and make a John Wick franchise that just you get your accolades that way.
Yeah.
But everybody don't want to do that. Some people just want to do their stunt and go home and not have their back broken purposefully because the actor that was the star of the show felt as though you got too mousy because you were saying that I had a lot of face in it and you was willing to do it again. I had to teach him a lesson. What did he say?
He said he was trying to steal a spotlight. He got too big for his britches or some shit like that.
The same stunt guy that you worked with for years.
And then at the end of the movie, when Gail was trying to kill him, he was like, "This is the best stunt guy I ever had." And like, but you broke his back.
And you try to send him to jail. And you try to kill him
multiple times. You about to set this man on fire.
Oh, man. So, excuse me. In that regard, I appreciate it too, Spider. I don't want to take anything away from the hardworking stunt guys. It was on theme. It was a themed movie. It was on theme.
Yes.
It's on theme.
It was on theme. So, that being said,
Was it super?
We'll get to that.
It's
So
gonna make no
here's my thing.
What you got?
Like, I understand these stunt guys. They know martial arts. You know, they're very athletic. They're very capable.
Yeah.
I feel like this was just a little bit too much. Like,
Heavy handed on the stunt, right?
I understand we want to get into the stunts. The stunts were amazing, right? Everything was shot beautifully. Like I said, David Leitch, he has an eye for these things because this is the life that he lived. So he knows what looks good. But like, they're in Australia.
Yeah, right.
And the blatant just like disregard that the authorities had for everything that was going on while so they're at I guess Tom's apartment or whatever, because they're trying to find the passcode for his phone. The mercs
it's on
come
sticky
in.
Note.
Right, it's on the sticky note because he has sticky notes all over his place because he can't remember shit. Or he just has very thoughtful questions. Like, I can't even remember, but it was some stupid question that he had on the fridge. And he was talking about he was going to sell his cockatoo to buy some kind of other animal. A penguin or an otter or something.
Yeah.
A chimp could have been. But the mercenaries come in and they are literally shooting up this penthouse. Like, we're talking shotguns, handguns, machine guns, automatic rifles, all this kind of stuff.
Right.
To the point to where Colt was able to jump out of the window, still get caught. They tied him to a chair.
Well, he landed on a yacht.
Yeah.
On Jack Ryder's yacht. I mean, Tom Ryder's yacht.
Yeah, well, he didn't know that he was there. But what I'm saying is that he got caught, tied to the chair, doused with gasoline, ended up escaping, and rolled a boat around the harbor for about a good 20 minutes, had a insanely out of place conversation with Jody in the moment.
I have no idea why he wouldn't just say I didn't kill anybody. But he confessed his love.
It was just, it wasn't the time. But all of that happened, and then eventually the boat explodes. All of that happened, and there was not a single police officer around.
Yeah, because we're moving fast, Spider.
We were not moving fast.
We got.
That was literally like
get to this. Gotta get to this jump.
From them finding the phone and then the people starting to show up at the penthouse until the boat exploded. That was a good probably 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. That's not moving fast. That is no
time for that.
I will say it was
police are busy in
very
Australia.
well paced out movie, but just
got stuff to do. Police are real busy in Australia, you know?
But not busy enough to roll up on him while he's sitting in his car, telling him that he can't park there.
Yeah, you can't park there. Yeah, we're on top of things in Australia, mate. Yeah, they're not playing around with that parking.
Yeah,
you know,
but they don't care about gunshots.
Gunshots, yeah, we let it die down first. That's what happens. We gotta let that do. We can't afford to let our officers get shot.
They're waiting for the situation to dissolve before they go in and
then we right in there, taking statements. You know what I'm saying? Who did this? We checking cameras, and then we got the guy. We clearly don't do due diligence when we see footage with deep fakes on it,
right?
But
or check do an autopsy on the body to determine when they were killed, and see that clearly he didn't go, he wasn't in the room.
That's why they put him on ice. So they put him on ice before the blood coagulates and rigor mortis start to set in.
Rigor mortis will still set in. It just stops the body from decomposing or slows the decomposition down.
Tom Ryder. The funniest thing he said, "You need carbs, man. Your brain's not functioning."
Now, I will say,
you can't get away with this.
I will say that there were some funny moments in the movie, like when Jodie kept setting Cole on fire because clearly she was pissed off at him for disappearing.
You're not just gonna disappear. Well, it wasn't disappearing because she wanted to take care of him, but he
disappeared on her.
There you go.
Yeah. But no, he would basically like, I know you didn't read the script because clearly this was his first day on his set. Mm-hmm. So let me give you a breakdown of what's going on. So the alien's name was Eliana, which I don't know what her movie was, but it sounded like the writing was absolutely terrible.
What?
It sounded like that was the trashiest movie that ever could have been.
Cowboys versus Space Cowboy.
And an alien named Eliana.
That is so unique.
That is so...
I bet you she was a princess from a distant world.
So elementary.
No, you pay attention to these stunts. That's why you're here for the stunts.
That's how we worried about the stunts. But no, so yeah, it was just some stuff like that was pretty funny. But there was just some of it is just like it just went on a little bit too long. Like we're talking about the phone call that he had when he was trying to run away from the mercenaries on the boat. And it's like you're running for your life right now. These people are trying to kill you. But instead of me giving her important information, hey, look, I found Tom. He killed his stuntman. It was on his phone, but they shot it out of my hand. I don't know if you can access the cloud or anything like that, but you need to find that video because they're saying that I did it. And so, just any kind of information, any kind of details about your innocence rather than, like, oh, well, I felt like a failure because I couldn't do stunts. And so I left and I didn't want to tell you.
How do we get the karaoke scene then if we confess this so early? Got to get the karaoke scene because what you're looking at, what you're looking at is not an action movie. And I know everyone's going onto this thinking that this is the Fall Guys, an action movie. It's not an action movie. It is an action rom comedy movie. It's a mixture of genres, and that is why the Fall Guy is the Fall Guy, because it's not just from falling in stunts. He's going to be the Fall Guy because they're going to pin this murder on him. Clever. Tom Ryder.
So here's what I'm trying to think, because
what you got, Spider?
I feel like you can do action and romance.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Do action and comedy. You've seen that done plenty of times.
Oh, yes.
But when it comes to action rom-com, I feel like that's one genre too many. Because I felt like they did the action very well, but I felt like in spite of that, the romance and the comedy suffered.
You can clearly see that they were into each other. There was no
doubts about that. Like him in his car crying to Taylor Swift.
That he's funny. Emotional.
Yeah,
that was funny. Can you drive me to my car?
And it was 2 feet away.
Because she didn't want to get out the car in a sense. She could have just got out and walked. So you can see that, and again, she kept coming over to him.
Right.
And you want him, but you don't want what happened to happen again. And
especially because you at that point you have no justification as to why he did it, so you don't have that closure into what exactly happened. Did I do something? Was something wrong? You never really told me, and
that's why she went on her tangent with many men.
Yeah,
that she openly admitted to that was way better than you, but yet and still she still wanted you.
The guy in the costume pulled the bullhorn. I had this situation once with my wife's sister. He's like, no, this is not what this is about.
You out of line, guy. Give me that back. You're out of pocket, sir. He said, and then can we have this conversation in private? No, they don't have it in private. They have it in public.
with a lot of people listening. So, like I said, there were some funny parts of the
Yeah,
movie, but
it's a rom com with action.
I feel like they should have focused. If you're gonna do the action and have the love interest, do the action and have the love interest, and let it just be the love interest. It just, I understand you want it to be funny too, but they just that balance of rom com mixed in with the action just it didn't come out right for me.
I don't agree with you, Spider.
That's fine.
I'm gonna tell you that one, I like to see Emily Blunt kick ass.
Yeah,
and that she did.
She
in
did.
that trailer.
Stabbed him in his leg.
I got all kind of End of Tomorrow. Oh, I was ready for it. I was like, yes, Emily, get a blunt trauma object, and yes.
She beat him with damn near everything in that trailer.
I think there was a book involved at some point in time.
Yeah, she had like her movie Bible or whatever it was. It's just big ass 3-inch binder. She bashed him across the head.
That's some John Wick.
Yeah, it's like, how do you talk after that? You got a binder to your windpipe,
holding everything together.
I'm like, she's really about to kill this dude.
And she should. She's like, you gonna come up in my trailer?
You think you're gonna get the drop on me?
You must didn't see End of Tomorrow.
Put some respect on my name.
With a capital letter in it. And I appreciated all that. Now you can't have that if there's no action in the comedy. They tried it. I mean, you saw Jungle Cruise.
You can have the action in the comedy. You can even
Emily
still have the
punched
love
the rock in the face.
But you gotta figure out that, like, when's enough. Because because the action was there, the comedy was there, all the jokes didn't land, but they did have some good jokes. But when it came to the romance, I understand you want it to be emotional, but that emotion was not there for me.
No, Spider, it's just a boy standing in front of a girl, wanting to have spicy margaritas and make bad decisions,
and about to get set on fire.
And life keeps getting in the way. That's what's happening.
Is that what the problem was? Did life really keep getting in the way?
They liked each other in the beginning, and then because of Tom Ryder, sabotaging Colt to have him injure his back because he thought Colt got to.
He was trying to steal his spotlight. How insecure are you? Like you said, you've worked with this man for years.
He needs carbs.
Years. He does need carbs. That's what it was. He needs carbs. He didn't eat.
Taylor Johnson, what's his name? The guy that played.
Oh, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Shout out to dude. Been getting it for a long time. Ever since Kick-Ass. He's been getting it for a long time.
Here's the thing. I feel like since Kick-Ass was a great movie. Kick-Ass 2, a little less so. But I feel like Aaron Taylor Johnson has been getting the supporting actor treatment. Like, I can't remember, like, what was the last big movie that he was in where he was the lead?
He's in Craven.
Craven hasn't come out yet. We can't count Craven.
It all depends on when you're looking at this video. And
True.
I'm going to go ahead and say, though Craven may not be received as one of the best movies, because, again, it's not out yet, depending on when you're looking at this.
I mean, it is a Sony property, and we know what Sony's been doing with the Spider-Man character so far.
That says a lot, Madam Web. That says a lot. Just to give you context. But he kills these supporting roles. Remember
no, he does. In Bullet Train, he was amazing.
Oh my, yes, Lemon. Or was he
orange?
Was he Lemon? He's Tangerine.
I think he was Tangerine, and Brian Tyree Henry was Lemon.
And he was Quicksilver in the MCU.
He didn't do a lot as Quicksilver.
He died good.
He fell. Do you call it dying good?
You didn't see that coming? Sometimes you gotta die good.
He literally had like 3 lines. He then took one of the lines he said twice.
Right. Big check. You see that coming? And now he's Craven.
He's Craven.
I don't know. Hey, what I'm saying here is shout out to the regiment. Dude clearly denied carbs, so he got in shape. Because this the last what Spider, the last movie we saw with Ryan in it was The Gray Man, right?
The last movie that we watched, yeah.
Yeah. And we both know how we felt about The Gray Man.
Yes.
This is a big difference from The Gray Man.
I would
And we
say that
can,
it is an improvement
it is
on
a
Ryan Sparks from the
mass
Gray Man.
improvement
Yes.
from The Gray Man.
Which is
I-
surprising because that was directed by the Russos.
yeah, it was. So
It was written by the Russos too.
ain't no Civil War here.
Well, I think it was written by Joe Russo, but it was directed by both of them. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know what happened.
Unless our review was accurate to the T, that the movie was supposed to be in the gray area, just like
Here's the thing, because I watched the Barbie movie where Ryan Gosling played Ken, and I feel like, now I don't want to cast judgment on the guy or anything. I don't
What are you
know
talking about? He's Ken.
I'm not talking about Ken. I'm talking about Ryan Gosling.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Ryan Gosling is Ken now.
I mean, essentially, yes. But
He's the
when he's
Wolverine
playing
of-
these kind of like absent-minded, aloof characters, like Ken wasn't the brightest bulb. Colt is not the most perceptive.
Okay.
I feel like he really feels like he's better suited playing those roles than trying
That's
to
where
play
he shines?
like in The Gray Man, where he's trying to play somebody like serious and calculated. Like I didn't see Blade Runner 2049, but I don't know how he did in that role. But I know from what I have seen him in recently, he feels like he's more suited for those type of himbo kind of roles.
Did you just call him a himbo?
Yeah, I called him a himbo. That's what he is. Have you not heard the term himbo before?
I am today years old when I heard the term himbo.
Thor is a himbo.
Well, it was a good show, folks, because I'm pretty sure they're coming for us with that.
You can't get canceled for himbo.
No, I'm saying the women are gonna wait for you somewhere in public. How dare you call
because I call
Thor
Ryan Gosling a himbo? I can guarantee you
they
there
can
are
get away with
many
that.
women on the internet calling Ryan Gosling a himbo.
That's horrible, man.
Is it
Ryan...
though? I don't think it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just who he is.
So who else is a himbo? If we had to just round out the Ryan Gosling, not Ryan Gosling, but his character.
Ryan Gosling is a himbo. Chris Hemsworth is kind of a himbo. Jason Momoa is a himbo.
Oh my goodness! You know what? Stop the list.
I'm just saying.
You're saying that because Jason Momoa does a cameo in this movie at the end.
He does do a cameo, a ridiculous cameo
of a himbo.
Of a himbo.
So, for those who don't know what a himbo is, and you correct me if I'm thinking about it wrong, because I might be laughing and I'm just laughing inappropriately. Kind of like a bimbo, but a him. So it's a himbo, but somebody that's very attractive, but not a lot going on upstairs.
Pretty much, yes. And it's not necessarily a knock on their intelligence level, but it's the perception that they're just kind of blissfully ignorant about some things.
I will say this. I don't think none of these guys are himbos in real life, but I will say watching Thor Love and Thunder, they took Thor to a himbo
Have you
level.
not seen Chris Hemsworth in person? Chris Chris Hemsworth, Ryan Gosling, Jason Momoa, they are goofy. Like, and I'm not saying that like as an insult to them. It's like they have a really like their sense of humor. Like you watch them in interviews, they're goofy guys. They like to have fun, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But isn't Chris Evans as well kind of a playful type of guy?
No, I wouldn't say Chris Evans.
Because he's from Boston?
No, it has nothing to do with him being from Boston.
Okay.
No, I don't feel like Chris Evans falls in that himbo category because he doesn't really, because it's the what's the word that I want to use? Because it's the, like I said, I think vapid is too strong of a word, but it's the,
is Jake Gyllenhaal a himbo?
He's borderline himbo.
Because of his attractiveness or because of
No,
his
it's not about the
intelligence?
It's about the perceived intelligence, the way that they act. It's not like they're, because I am in no way calling any of these people dumb or stupid or not
No,
intelligent. I'm
no, we're
not
talking
calling them
about
that.
character.
I'm talking about the fact that they are just, they're aloof. They're very carefree. It's not like they don't, I'm not saying that they don't take things seriously, but more often than not, they're just like, it doesn't matter. And they live their life with that sense of humor and just being able to, like a golden retriever. Right?
Oh my God, what is happening right now?
That is, just hear me out.
I'm
You
listening.
have a high energy,
Okay.
very loving, very playful, and
Deadpool.
just unaware of, not unaware is the wrong term, but just carefree. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
So not letting the weight of the world weigh them down. Like, and like you said, this is what we see in interviews. We don't know what they're like in real life and in their personal space and everything like that. But when they're on camera, they're very light individuals. They're very just jovial, and it's just like they're not like a Ben Affleck. They're not like a Matt Damon, who is very serious and, very mindful about the things that they say and, have all of these salient points that they want to make in just about every interview that they're in. They just, they're not afraid of making fun of themselves.
Oh,
And
well,
it's
himbo too.
it's a lovable trait for a lot of people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Sign
I
me
feel
up.
like, because that may be the way that Ryan Gosling is in real life, that may lend to his performance being a bit better in those roles rather than something that's a bit more serious.
You know what? I will say this, Spider. I don't know if that all fits, but if it's a category or a trope or characteristics of a character, I don't mind that being identified.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're making movies for those himbo type characters, I can understand that if that's what the movie is supposed to be about. And I felt like, as a rom com, The Fall Guy, an action rom com, kind of falls into that. This is what it is. Don't take it too seriously. We want to tell this story in a fun way and give you some action in it. But it's about a boy standing in front of a girl wanting to get some spicy margaritas
And make bad decisions.
and make some bad decisions.
So I'll tell you
What decisions will be bad though, because they clearly were dating each other.
I don't know.
What would the bad decisions be?
But let me tell you what the Urban Dictionary definition of himbo is, and it's
Oh,
probably
there's-
explain it a
there's-
little bit better than I can.
I didn't know it was even in the dictionary. Okay.
No, Urban Dictionary.
Oh,
I don't know. It might be a Merriam-Webster at this point, because I feel like the
Yeah.
term has been used for a while, and you know how
Uh-uh.
Webster likes to pick up on newer words.
Yeah,
But-
they're late.
It says a dumb and naive man who, despite looking like an asshole Chad, is actually sweet, respectful, and kind. Typically large, beefy, and relatively handsome, but friendly. Gentle giants, if you will. Perhaps the best example of a himbo is Crump from The Emperor's New Groove. He is large, strong, and stupid, but extremely kind and respectful to everyone. He also is incredibly innocent and unaware of many events happening around him, as most himbos are. So that's what I mean.
I kind of want to be one, but I'm very intelligent. I think I'm not qualified.
You just gotta ignore the world around you and just focus on being happy, I guess.
Well, shit, I'm working on it. I'm trying to get qualified. That's what I'm trying to get. Himbo status is something I'm trying to achieve. I want to be looked at as sexy and like, only if you would just shut up. I get that a lot, so maybe I'm there.
Maybe you're there.
I might be there already. Hard to go.
Let us know in the comments if you think Mr. VIP Frankie Washington is a himbo.
I am not offended at all. I'm shooting for it. I am shooting for that accolade. I could be himbo of the year.
It's possible.
Take you out of your spot, Ryan. Ryan Gosling, watch your back. I'm coming.
Who would be giving out that award, but maybe.
Vanity Fair? I mean, If I had to throw a name out there,
Maybe
it's
it might
vanity.
be it might be a
Fair
MTV
enough.
Movie Award category next year. I don't know.
If they gave Halle Berry a movie for Catwoman, I'm pretty sure I'm in there somewhere.
I don't think you want that. I don't think you want the awards that Halle Berry got for Catwoman. You don't want those.
Well, I will say this: Fall Guy is better than Catwoman.
The Fall Guy is better than
The
Catwoman. I
Fall
will
Guy
say
is better
that.
than Catwoman.
Fall Guy is better.
And
than
that
Catwoman.
was an action rom comedy.
Was it?
It's a superhero action rom
I
comedy.
will not say that was a rom com. I don't remember.
Did you not see the relationship between Halle Berry's character and what's his name?
Benjamin Bratt?
The himbo.
No, no. That's
You didn't
not...
see you didn't see the relationship?
No, I saw
They
them.
played basketball, Spider.
Yeah, and the camera just was.
I almost threw up.
Exactly.
A
About to
lot.
get motion sickness from the damn basketball game. But no, I don't remember it being much of a comedy. I don't remember anything funny about that movie.
I laugh at it every time I see it.
But not because of the things that they want you to laugh at. That's the problem.
That ain't my fault. You strike oil when you find oil. You can't tell me I can't find oil when I found it. I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah. The type of laughs that you get from Catwoman are not the type of laugh that I want to have when I'm watching a movie.
Pure comedy. See, there you go with your quality of ha-has. Like,
look, are you going to sit here and tell me that my expectations are too high because I think Catwoman is a trash movie?
I think if anybody have expectations of Catwoman starring Halle Berry to be anything other than a trash movie, that shit is funny. And I'm going to enjoy the laugh. I almost threw up. Like, oh.
Ridiculous.
So many cuts.
Just like Monkey Man.
No, Monkey Man was better than Catwoman.
Yeah. Listen,
Catwoman set the new standard of low.
I mean, there's still some that are worse
than Catwoman.
Yes.
Name one movie that's worse than Catwoman.
Madam Web.
You win.
I say you cannot argue with me on that one.
You win. 100%.
Oh, but
at least in Madam Web, at least in Catwoman, you had Halle Berry.
Yeah.
And say what you want, the suit not functional, but she looked good in it. Okay, she got all her toes out. Okay, I guess that's what we doing.
Better than a red trench coat. It wasn't even a trench coat, just a red jacket.
You hate kids. I just want to know why you hate kids. All right, Fall Guy, super, not super, Spider.
When it comes to the Fall Guy, I cannot say that this movie was super. Like I said, before anybody comes after me because they love the movie and all this other kind of stuff, like I said at the top of the show, I 100% wholeheartedly appreciate the message that this movie was getting across, because it was something that really needed to be said, because you have an entire core of workers in Hollywood that don't get any kind of recognition just because their responsibility is to not show their face, but they're the ones that make the actors catering. Because the thing about it is, like, if a stunt is great, you'd be like, oh, that stunt was awesome, this is going to be a great movie. Right. And you celebrate the movie itself. But if a stunt is bad, you're like, oh shit, that stunt, that stunt actor fell down the stairs, horribly. He
why they didn't cut that out?
Yeah, why didn't they cut that out? And you blame it on the stunt guy. So they get all of the criticism and none of the praise. So this movie, and even with the end credits, just going through all of the different stunts and showing them, everything that they did throughout the movie. I really love that behind the scenes look and everything. But the movie in and of itself, it just
got to get it on one take, Spider.
The action, I feel like the action to me was the best part of the movie. Okay. Everything outside of that was very middling at best, and for that reason, I cannot call this movie super for me.
Oh wow, goddamn, Spider! You ain't see, like, he did off the crane on the truck, caught the helicopter, but without the rom-com in front of the action, you don't know what you're fighting for. Well, you kind of do. You got to get this.
But that's what I'm saying. You can still have a comedic movie with action in it and then have a relationship storyline, but the emotion for that relationship storyline is just, it was so flat. Because yes, we get to see them kind of flirting with each other back and forth, but like,
you didn't think the chemistry was real?
I didn't know. The chemistry just, it wasn't really believable. It looked really like because they wanted to say that it was more than a fling or whatever, but that's just what it seemed like. It seemed like two people flirting on a movie set, and it was just a fling thing, because you got a camera operator that works for a certain studio, you have a stunt guy that works with a certain actor. They're not going to always be working together. So
No.
the way that it started out, it looked like they were on a movie set and they were just flirting with each other. And it's like, okay, yeah, this is cool, and I'll see you when I see you on the next project. But I didn't sense any kind of deep connection between them. And so when we get that heartfelt confession about how he really felt in the most inopportune time, it just felt, not only did the emotion of it fall flat because I didn't really buy into the relationship, it was out of place. It wasn't like he almost got blown up, and then while he's safe and hiding away because they think that he's dead now, then he calls her and then confesses to her how he felt, because he's grateful, because if he had died, he would have not gotten the opportunity to tell her that.
But when you do that, though, Spider, you're outside of the rom-com now. You're into spy espionage, because now we have to sit in that emotion. You're taking away from the theme that you were trying to establish.
That's where the rom and the rom-com comes in, because that's when you need that emotion. You can't have that. You can't have an emotional, heartfelt conversation while you're supposedly running away from people that's trying to kill you. That's not the time to have that conversation.
I figured it out, Spider.
Yeah.
You don't like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's because everybody loves pina coladas and getting caught. That's a rom-com staple song. If you like pina coladas.
So if that's a rom-com staple song, why was it not in this movie?
Because this is an action rom-com. You gotta have this Fall Guy, baby.
He did have a theme song. The I don't know who the artist is, but the "I Was Made for Loving You" song that was played in like 3 different renditions in the movie.
That sounds inappropriate.
What do you mean? The name of the song is called "I Was Made for Loving You." Oh, it's by Kiss. I didn't know that Kiss made that song.
Kiss who?
Kiss.
K-I-S. I thought you said Kess.
Oh,
K-E-S.
No, K-I-S-S.
I was about to say, that didn't sound like the Kess I know. Kess is awesome. I just want to throw that out there. Shout out to Kess.
Shout out
Kess
to
and the band, or Kess the band.
Is.
Man, Kess is awesome. Okay, that's
but yeah, no. The every time Colt was doing something like very action packed, and they did the egregious slow mo
theme song.
we got to hear "I Was Made for Loving You."
Because it's a rom-com, action rom-com. Yeah, it is.
But Mr. VIP Frankie Washington,
what's up?
When it comes to the Fall Guy,
is it super? I'm sorry, what's that?
Is it super?
Spider, to answer your question, before I answer your question, let me say this.
Okay.
I totally disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that, because I understand the action rom-com drama filled non-drama having, because we don't want to take you out of the scene of the comedy of getting shot at, confessing my love.
Drama filled non-drama having. What are you saying?
Right. That's exactly what it was. There were dramatic and undramatic moments that made no sense. Okay. But as far as like the action, we're there.
Mm-hmm.
And they even have explanation for the action. Like, because she was sitting there rewinding the video, questioning, did he actually perish in this explosion when he took the boat? Because they just so happen to have, propane just sitting out in the middle
of the harbor.
Yeah, usually they have it on a dock where it's safe.
Just a barge out in the middle of the harbor in the middle of the night, just filled with all kinds of.
It's Australia. That's how they do it down there. Yeah, so I got to jump it immediately. That's like You know how when you see something and you have to?
And here's another thing. So while we're kind of talking about this harvest scene,
What you got?
we know that we got the foreshadowing portion of Colt telling Tom's assistant about, no, not the assistant, his girlfriend or whatever, the actress, the leading lady of the movie Metal Storm. I had to remember what the name of the movie was.
Did you see how she walked in the movie? That was her big break.
Oh, the Aliana woman?
Yeah, she walked and
I guess.
that was it.
That was it.
She walked.
She walked and she
leaned.
And she looked. She looked up. But no. So she asked him why did he have a Miami Vice jacket, and he said that's what his first big stunt. That he jumped the boat over the marina or whatever. And he said he did it so well he could do it with his hands tied behind his back. And so we get that call back to where he's handcuffed and now he's driving the boat with his hands tied behind his back.
Foreshadow.
The mercenaries are right behind him in their boat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With flashlights.
Uh-huh.
How the hell did they lose him? When they
How the hell
right
did they shot at him and
then they missed? Okay. First of all, they horrible aim. They absolutely suck.
Safest place is right in front of the gun. Like right in front of it. Just stormtrooper aim.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, so that entire part of him getting away in the boat, them losing him for whatever reason, and him slowly coasting through the water because of course he's trying to be quiet, but he's still on the phone and pouring out his heart in the, like I said, the most inconvenient time because he's about to get shot at. And then he decides to jump the boat and blow it up.
Well, that's right. They got to understand when you're a stunt guy, when you're a fall guy, paid to fall down, you're always in a calm mindset. You gotta have your ways about you.
He was not in a calm mindset when he found that dead body in the bathtub, and he called Gail.
Not at all.
He was dead, Gail, like super dead, like really, really dead.
Why did he have to fight the guy's girlfriend in the first place?
I don't know why she jumped him.
Because it's an action. It's an action rom comedy. You get that action.
And going back to that scene. So like I said, there was some stuff that just went on a little bit too long. Mm-hmm. But one of the jokes that did land when he was pouring the glass out of his hood and the glass just would not stop.
I'm like, that's a lot of glass.
That's a lot of glass.
There was a lot of glass.
That was funny.
There's your comedy.
But I need your answer, sir. Is it super?
Spider, no, it ain't super at all. No, it's not super at all. Not even close to it. But it's needed. It was needed. It was the necessary movie for a action rom-com collabo to exist. There was stuff that you appreciated because I appreciate the unsung heroes in the movie world, catering and stunt guys and transport and PAs and all these people that's not getting. That's going to be the next action round. PAs.
There's going to be an action. See, and I feel like that would have been more appropriate for somebody to go find an actor. You go send a PA to find, because the PAs are responsible.
But they needed his face scan.
Oh, well,
they needed his face scan so they can, because he has a similar body type and similar facial. I mean, you're putting a lot of work in trying to take somebody. Like, think about it, if you take Obama's face and then put it on Tom Ryder, it don't fit.
No,
it looked like Obama. So you needed someone with similar features so the editing could be easier. Because again, the body's on ice, so we got to get this going. So it's a movie that I say to anybody who has watched us, especially at this extent, go watch it. It's worth watching. It's just not super, and that's okay.
And I'll agree with that. I will agree with that.
Not gonna be super. It was a good watch.
It was a decently fun time. So I
will
say to go watch it.
I tell you what, it's better than Madam Web.
It is better than Madam Web. Is that our barometer for right now? If whether or not you should see a movie,
If it's better than Madam Web,
you might need to go check it out.
And Catwoman, so get your tickets.
Now you know what we need to throw some male-led movies in there, because just saying that Madam Web and Catwoman at the bottom of the barrel, we don't want to seem like we're only talking about female-led superhero movies.
Okay, who you got?
Morbius.
Woo! Woo!
Black
now,
Adam.
Listen, I said Morbius was super when it
You
dropped.
did say Morbius was super, and I'm never going to let you forget that.
I stand by it. No, because I like when his ears start doing the little wavy thing.
Shut the fuck up about his ears.
And then he could fly on the wind and drink out of a juice box. I mean, come on.
Listen,
who
he
doesn't
could
want to
take
drink
his
blood out
neon
of
blue
juice
Capri
box?
Sun pouches and
Yeah, it is.
just go sit out somewhere.
Call Milo over, have a play date, some juice boxes.
Your best friend for 40-something years, you can't even call him by his own damn name.
There's no respect there. I don't respect you at all. And I will let you die before I let you, turn into a vampire.
Allow you to heal yourself, because you had this disability.
We got the same disease, but I'm cured and you're not. So,
because
no.
you can't handle it like I can.
No, because I'm still working on a cure for me. And then once I find a cure for me, I might let you, think about taking it. I don't even like you. You don't even call me by the right name.
I'm surprised that wasn't the reason that he was trying to kill him.
That is so disrespectful. And what did you say, Black Adam? Listen.
Yes.
Hey. My audio's bad like in Black Adam.
Go find a door to walk through.
That don't happen. You mean a wall to walk through. Black Adam is good for the Justice Society.
The Justice Society couldn't save that movie.
I would love to see a spinoff with the Justice Society. Call Pierce up. Who's the guy that played Hawkeye? Man.
I forget his name. Aldrich Hall.
Adam Smasher. And I would say the Cyclone chick, but she didn't have a whole lot to do in the movie, so spin around.
Really, neither her nor Adam Smasher really had too much to do.
But when he smashed Black Adam, it was enough to... And plus the way the guy played the character, new and trying to get his way around. And then the Fonz is his dad, so here,
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I would love to see this. It's not going to be a part of James Gunn's new world. I know that.
We need one more. So,
well,
put the Gray Man down there. So we have a bottom 5. That's our tier list. So if it's better than those 5 movies, then it's you might need to go check it out.
We're watching. Hi, Barbie. If you're a Hebo,
not a Hebo.
Himbo. Hey man, and nowadays I identify as what I identify as, so I might be a Hebo.
Not the same. Not the same at all.
Oh yeah, go watch it though. It's worth watching.
Yeah,
it's a action rom comedy.
It is. It is worth watching for Winston Duke and the stunt team.
And if you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
They didn't say pina coladas though. They say spicy margaritas. It's completely different.
See that? You're right. One of them is going to give you a hangover. The other one is going to make you make bad decisions. So if you like spicy margaritas, was it going to Mexico?
No, I think it was just a beach.
Go to a beach, get spicy margaritas.
And make bad decisions.
I don't know what.
But yeah, I don't know what bad decisions they were planning on making.
Different type of margarita. I mean, it's optional, but check it out. The Fall Guy. Hey, I know at the premiere they had a little stunt show with some stunt guys. Yeah, because there's an action rom comedy, and you get to see Emily Blunt kick ass. Like that alone, man. I wish I had more of that.
Yeah, I could have dealt with it a little more.
I could do more. Look, she over decided. Look, they wanted her to be Black Widow.
Did they?
I think so. Either that or Sue Storm. I think she was up for, close to one of them or both of them. But she's in A Quiet Place, right?
Yeah.
Isn't she in? So there you go. And I like to hear her talk. So I love a movie that she doesn't have to be quiet all the damn time. And she had to step on nails. So any movie that she doesn't have to step on nails and she can kick ass, I'm sign me up for that. I'll watch that.
There you go. We'll be on the lookout for the next Emily Blunt kicking ass movie.
Where she don't step on nails.
Where she don't step on nails. And she gets to talk.
She could be barefoot. She just can't step on nails.
Just check off those boxes, and Mr. VIP Frankie Washington will check the movie out. But let us know what you thought about The Fall Guy, and let us know what you thought about this video. Remember, if you liked it, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And if you want to follow us on social media, just click the link in the description below.
And we'll read it. If you leave a comment, we'll read it. That's our promise to you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let us know.
There you go.
Leave that comment.
And we'll read it. It goes like an action rom comedy. Leave a comment and we will read. That's too many. We'll read it.
So before we leave, last thing I want to say is that I think I saw in passing a headline about there potentially being a sequel. So what do you think about that?
Sign me up. I'll be an extra in The Fall Guy Part 2. Because if we don't start out on the beach with spicy margaritas making bad decisions, I don't want to be involved.
Did we end on them being on the beach?
No, they were on like the set on a dome, catching a helicopter.
No, and at the end weren't they on the beach because he asked her if she wanted to do donuts in the sand or some shit.
Yeah, but that could have still been on set. That don't necessarily mean they're on the beach. And there were no margaritas. And you shouldn't drink and drive.
No, you should not.
There you go. So, I don't know what the story would be.
Also,
what did it get? Did it get anything on the tomatoes that's supposed to be fresh or rotten?
Oh, well, I'm sure.
Because,
okay, so before I pull it up, what's your guess?
I guess that I don't know how this situation works because I don't believe in criticisms. I believe in conversations. So if I had to guess, I would say it has a high mark. I don't know if that's less rottens or more rottens, or is that less fresh or
anything
more
over 50% is considered fresh.
Okay. I predict that it's over 50%. I think it's probably about 57%.
Okay, so now we do have a critic score and an audience score. So do you think both of them are about the same?
No, I think audiences are gonna love it because it's Ryan. Yeah. And then Aaron Taylor Johnson has all his cum gutters in camera. So I think
a phrase I haven't heard in forever.
Rick and Morty taught me.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So I think that's going to be in the 60s, maybe even the 70s, but critically, I think it's probably 57. How close am I?
You are a little off.
I'm a lot off, so my doctor tells me.
The critic score and the audience score are a lot closer than that.
Clearly, they didn't see Aaron
critic score is 82%. Audience score is 87%.
Ha! And I preferenced this for saying I knew it was going to be on the positive side, so I was a lot off. So there you go. Enough to get a sequel. If you like spicy margaritas,
I don't think that's the score of Rotten Tomatoes is the barometer on whether or not a movie gets a sequel. Because if that was the case, we would have never gotten a Venom 2.
We shouldn't have got a Venom 2.
We shouldn't get a Venom 3 either, but they're making one.
Well, Spider-Man is not going to be in it. Unless he does a cameo at the end. Listen, that's the only way you can save this whole franchise. Get Andrew or get Toby and have them do one of those cameos at the end, revitalize the whole franchise. You can't have a Spider-Man villain without Spider-Man, and that needs to start
they're
to
working
bring.
on their they're working on their what, fifth movie.
But we've been saying this as an audience before you release the first movie.
Yeah.
So for you to do a third one and don't put him in there is like, shut up, audience. We're gonna do what we want. The only reason people are gonna go to see the third one, no offense against Tom, they want to see if there's going to be a Spider-Man in there. You tell me there's a post-credit scene or something that Spider-Man's coming. Which one probably won't be Tom Holland? That Tom Holland. It'll probably be Andrew. If we want it to be Andrew Garfield, because he redeemed himself after the Tom Holland Spider-Man. He saved Mary Jane to Watson.
No, Michelle. MJ.
Michelle, yeah, well, she saved, but his Gwen died. So we want to see what's going to happen. Plus, there's so much story to tell. When Toby was telling who he fought and Tom was saying who he fought, he was like, I only fought a guy in a rhinoceros suit and a lizard. So he needs more. That'll be happy. And that's definitely we're not getting Toby back.
Yeah. No.
Now, that's how you save this whole Sony verse.
That's how they got people to go and see Morbius, because of the criticism of not having Spider-Man in the Venom movies. They put that mural or the artwork of Spider-Man,
which was not even in the movie,
in the Morbius trailer. Yeah.
So, as a production company or as a movie studio, you kind of shut up audience too much. You're gonna have to give people what they want. They want Spider-Man. So if you're gonna let Marvel play with Spider-Man, I don't know how the deal is structured, but that's the only way you're gonna make Craven make sense. That's the only way you can make Morbius make sense. That's the only way that you can make Venom make sense. Listen, call up Ryan. He's a fall guy. He can come over there with spicy margaritas on the beach. Tom was already on the beach in Mexico. Now he's back. Get with Ryan, fall down, get up, have Spider-Man, and let him show his face. That's all I'm saying. And let him show his face.
Problem solved, huh?
Unsung heroes.
Well, we don't know what the future holds for these franchises, but you better believe we will be here when they reveal themselves to all of us. And we'll talk about it, we'll review it, and we will answer if it's super or not.
Just a conversation. Come on and join the conversation. Leave a comment.
Thank you all so much for joining us on this episode. We greatly appreciate all the love and support. We'll see you in the next one, but just remember, until then, keep being super.
And look both ways before you cross the street.